Hey guys, Renee with Beautifully Broken again, part 5 of dealing with the narcissist. Um, so I wanted to go over something that happened back in August. So I was at work on a Wednesday, and that Thursday I was to have child mediation for custody. So on a Wednesday, I get a phone call from someone supposedly that worked for the county telling me that I had criminal charges against me. And I said, criminal charges for what? She said, well, you broke into the house, you spray painted what he did to you on the wall, you stole a bunch of stuff out of the house, and you slashed his tires. I said, oh really? When did this happen? She said April 8th. I said, April 8th? That was a Thursday. Yeah. I said, I was at work all day, and then I went home. I did have a date that night, but I was only gone for an hour. So she's like, well, can you prove where you were all those hours? I said, yeah, I have a time clock for work. And then at home, I stay with my aunt, and there are cameras all throughout the house. So I had every hour except for 1 hour accounted for. So she proceeds to tell me that my mediation for the next day has been canceled and is going to have to be rescheduled until these criminal charges are taken care of. So this was like at 3:30. I was hysterical. I could not work. I was so upset. I had to leave work. I went home. I was crying. My aunt did all she could do to, help me with my emotions. And for some reason that night, God must have said, hey, Renee, send an email to the mediator. So I sent an email to the mediator, and I said, hey, I just got a phone call from someone in Cabarrus County that said that I had criminal charges against me, and since I had criminal charges against me, my mediation has been canceled and will need to be rescheduled. And I just need to know what to do. So he emails me back in the morning. He said, I'm not sure who called you, but child custody has nothing to do with criminal charges. They are totally different. They are totally separate, have nothing to do with each other. Your mediation is still on. Oh. So all I could think of was, in my head, was this someone from Cabarrus County, or was this someone that his mom knew in Cabarrus County and she put him up to this to keep me from doing the mediation? Because what this mediator is telling me is that what she told me was not true. So we do the mediation, and I guess a week later, the same lady from Cabarrus County calls me again. You still have those charges against you? I said, I gave you the proof of where I was all day long, except for 1 hour, and it would have taken me an hour and a half to drive there. She said, well, your ex needs to drop the charges then. I said, well, that's a phone call you need to make, because it was not me. If it was done, it was not me. So my cousin is furious, and she calls my dad, who is not talking to me right now, but he's posting pictures on Facebook with my ex. That's a whole nother story. We'll have that conversation at a later date. But she calls my dad, and she's like, why does he still have those criminal charges on her? Well, he knows that she didn't do it. Why has he not dropped the charges yet? And my dad is defending him to my cousin. And and my dad and mom are not talking to my aunt or my cousin since I have moved in with them. They will not have any part to do, or they will not have anything to do with the side of the family that helped me get through the deepest part of my life when my own parents wouldn't help me through that. But anyway, someone did go in the house, because all I kept thinking was, man, I wish a friend of mine just had my back. I wish a friend would just stand up and say something to him. Well, evidently, I did have one friend, got a pretty good idea who it was, that went into the house. The back door was unlocked, went in, spray painted on the wall what he did to me, and slashed his tires and installed some stuff out of the house. Yay, friend! Whoever it was, I'm so thankful for you. You guys have an awesome night. I'm going to enjoy the beach and I'm going to enjoy this concert. God bless.